It's exhausting feeling like you always have to produce something. Lately, I've noticed how hard it is to simply experience life without part of me wondering, can this become something useful? Something productive? Something meaningful? A video, a post, an accomplishment. And after a while, that pressure starts following you everywhere, even into places that are supposed to help you reconnect with yourself. This morning, I started hiking around first light here in the Los Angeles National Forest. Tall pine trees, cool mountain air, expansive ridgelines overlooking the Mojave Desert. And honestly, being out here felt incredible. But what's funny is I actually didn't start filming until almost 3 miles into the hike. The entire lower section of trail I kept entirely to myself. Quiet desert mountains, wildflowers everywhere, soft morning light stretching across the hills. I was genuinely enjoying it, but it didn't quite feel compelling enough to turn into content. And instead of forcing it, I let that be okay. I already had enough videos waiting to be edited. I didn't need to squeeze meaning out of every single experience. So I just kept walking. And there was something surprisingly freeing about letting the hike simply belong to me for a while. No pressure to capture every moment. No pressure to make the experience more than it already was. Then somewhere around mile 3, everything changed. The terrain opened up dramatically. Tall pine trees, forested mountains, huge expansive views in every direction. It suddenly felt awe-inspiring in a completely different way. And that's when I started filming. Not because I forced myself to, but because genuine inspiration had naturally returned. And honestly, I think a lot of us are more exhausted than we realize from constantly feeling like we need to produce something. Not just creators online, people in general, always trying to optimize ourselves, improve ourselves, accomplish more, document more, prove more. Even our rest has started becoming productive. We feel pressure to turn every experience into something useful, something measurable, something we can point to and say, see, this mattered. And after a while, it becomes hard to simply live. Part of us is always standing outside the moment, evaluating it. Would this make a good story, a good achievement, a good use of time? We become producers of our own lives instead of participants in them. And that's exhausting. Not because creating is bad. I love creating. There's something deeply meaningful about sharing experiences and reflections that genuinely resonate with people. But there's a huge difference between creating from inspiration and constantly feeling like you have to justify your existence through output. That pressure slowly drains the life out of things. And ironically, the harder we force meaning, the more disconnected we often become from actually feeling it. The trail has a way of simplifying things. Even the uncomfortable parts felt strangely honest today. There's a different kind of tiredness that comes from meaningful effort, the kind that leaves your body fatigued, but your mind quieter. That's very different from the exhaustion of constantly performing your life. By the time I made it back down to the trailhead, the temperature had climbed into the upper 80s. My legs felt tired, hours on my feet, steady zone 2 pacing, no rushing, just moving consistently through the landscape. And honestly, I felt better mentally than when I started. Not because the hike became content, but because for part of it, I stopped needing it to. Maybe part of what so many of us are hungry for is a space where we don't have to constantly produce or prove ourselves. A space where life is allowed to simply be experienced. And sometimes, the moment we stop forcing meaning is the moment life starts feeling meaningful again. Take good care.